continue our discussion on the tax debate. We're joined now by Grover Norquist. He's president of Americans for Tax Reform. Welcome.
Glad to be with you.
Grover, you say the tax increases will most definitely hurt small business profits and job growth. Explain your position here, because if some are exempt from this, then there are others who say, wait a minute, this is counterbalanced by tax incentives. For example, we just had a guy on the other day who's getting paid every time he hires an unemployed person, and he's a small business.
Well, the new plan allowing the Obama-Reid-Pelosi tax increase in January to go through takes marginal tax rates up for individuals, but particularly for small businesses. A lot of subchapter S small businesses, those of you out there who know you pay your corporate income taxes, the equivalent of your corporate income taxes, at the individual rates. That's where the big hit is on small businesses, and that's why this tax increase on the rich is a massive tax increase on profitable small businesses.
All right. So far, they've rolled out, Grover, this is David Asman, they've rolled out their answer to that. The administration has, and the administration's friends, they say, well, there are very, very few subchapter S corporations that make that much that would qualify them to fall into the rate that would be taxed at the higher rate. What's the response to that?
Well, a majority of the dollars they intend to raise come from those few people. They're thinking about this politically, not economically. They're taking money out of the economy, seed corn out of profits and earnings of small businesses, and they go, we're only looting a few individual small businessmen and women. But what that does is it hurts all the potential employees, and it hurts the general economy. They're thinking about this as if they were ward healers in Chicago and not the stewards of the national economy.
Grover, we've got to pay down this deficit. What is your solution? Give us your idea of how to do this. And you know you could throw out they've got to cut spending, but there isn't anybody on either side, Republican or Democrat, who's going to touch the big, expensive entitlement programs like Social Security and Medicare.
Well, two things. Step one, stop spending. We have an overspending problem. This administration, the Democratic Congress, added $800 billion on the stimulus package. Stop that process. Don't put out any more. Claw back the money that they've been handing out on these bailouts. They added $1 trillion. We used to say, oh, the discretionary spending, it doesn't really matter. It's all entitlements. This administration added $1 trillion to the discretionary spending over the next decade. Stop that. That's $1 trillion right there. We overpay federal employees. We pay federal employees more than people similarly situated in the private sector by $47 billion a year. Simple fairness would get you $47 billion over the next 10 years. That's $500 billion in overpayments.
Grover Norquist, the new head of the OMB. Oh, no, wait a minute. That'll happen later. Right? Good to see you, Grover. Thanks for being here. Americans for Tax Reform. We wish you the best.